Hello, everyone, and welcome to
Balance, baby.
The podcast designed to help you consistently show up as the best version of yourself. My name is Harkaren, and I'll be your host. I'll be here every week sharing stories and teaching you techniques to prioritize the only thing we have any control over in this world, ourselves. Recently, I've started to go back and reread some of my favorite books. One of those books is The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra. You might remember me mentioning this book in episode 3 when I was talking about my first meditation experience. When you hear the word success, what comes to mind? Maybe a certain job title or achievement, maybe fame or recognition, or an accumulation of wealth or some other material possessions. But none of these are a true measure of success. All of them can be taken from you, and none of them will bring you lasting joy and fulfillment. We often associate success with hard work or being better than others, but that's not the case either. Deepak Chopra states, success in life could be defined as the continued expansion of happiness. It is the ability to fulfill your desires with effortless ease. Success, then, is not a destination. It is a journey. It involves constant movement and growth. Imagine you're a little particle floating around in a semi-inflated balloon. Let's say you're happily floating around and you touch the inner edge of the balloon. We could imagine that edge represents a milestone or the most happiness you've experienced so far. Notice that I said so far because the edge isn't the final destination. In fact, just by touching that edge, you've caused the balloon to inflate more. Now you suddenly have more room for your growth and expansion. As you continue to reach new levels and new heights, as you continue to experience more joy and happiness in your life, your balloon will continue to expand. One of the main lies we've been told in life is that we need to work hard. So most of us are working hard at something we actually hate. It sucks the life out of us. It drains us of our energy and it leaves us with no time or energy to do the things we truly love. We live in a physical world, so of course we need money, we need a house, we need cars and planes to get around. But what we're not taught is that there are universal laws at play, constantly operating in the background. We spend our time binge-watching trash TV rather than practicing quieting our mind and learning to reconnect with our consciousness, our source energy, our intuition. And this is the reason why so many people will never reach their full potential. They will float around in their semi-inflated balloon, rather than pushing the boundaries and constantly reaching for that edge. It's so easy and enjoyable to get there once you learn how to tap into your inner guidance. But as the saying goes, people would rather suffer in a familiar hell over an unfamiliar heaven. I'm sorry, but mediocrity is not for me. And since you're listening to this podcast, I know that it's not for you either. So let's dive into the 7 spiritual laws of success, which are going to help us unlock all the joy and fulfillment this life has to offer us. The first law is the law of pure potentiality. Pure potentiality essentially means that you're an infinite being. You are limitless. Many of us limit what we believe is possible based on what we ourselves have observed or experienced. But life is full of mysteries and miracles. There are so many unexplainable phenomena that exist, and there's no way we could know everything. So we must learn to keep an open mind and acknowledge that anything is possible. Pure potentiality is about going beyond your subconscious mind, your past programming, and tapping into your conscious mind, filled with creativity and imagination. Our conscious mind is not the one that is thinking. It is the one that is aware of the thinking. Our consciousness is the silent moments that exist between the thoughts. The author mentions that the law of pure potentiality could also be referred to as the law of unity, meaning that everything in the universe is connected. Have you ever heard that we are stardust? I don't mean that in some poetic way. Astrophysics has confirmed that many of the elements found in our bodies, including hydrogen, oxygen, carbon, and nitrogen, were synthesized in the cores of stars through nuclear fusion processes. When massive stars reach the end of their life cycle, they undergo supernova explosions, dispersing their heavier elements into space. These elements then become part of an interstellar cloud, which can collapse under the influence of gravity to form new stars and planets, including Earth, and can contribute to the formation of life as we know it. This highlights the interconnectedness of everything and reminds us that we are more alike than we are different. In reality, we are not above or below anyone. We are all the same. We all have the universe within us. We all have limitless potential within us. Our physical realities differ because they're a reflection of our inner worlds. Does this help you understand that when someone is lashing out, it has everything to do with their internal world and nothing to do with you? Or when what you want is not materializing in the physical world, it has everything to do with your inner world. When we stop trying to control or judge others, we connect with our true selves, our most authentic selves. Chopra states, you must learn to get in touch with the innermost essence of your being. This true essence is beyond the ego. It is fearless. It is free. It is immune to criticism. It does not fear any challenge. It is beneath no one, superior to no one, and full of magic, mystery, and enchantment. The second law should be much easier to wrap your head around. It is the law of giving. It emphasizes the importance of generosity, abundance, and reciprocity in our lives. Life is in a constant state of flow, and when we stop giving, we stop the flow. The more you give, the more you will receive, because you will keep the abundance of the universe circulating in your life. Practicing the law of giving is actually very simple. If you want joy, give joy to others. If you want love, learn to give love. If you want attention and appreciation, learn to give attention and appreciation. If you want material affluence, help others to become materially affluent. So the easiest way to get what you want is to help others get what they want. Giving material gifts is great, but the most powerful form of giving are non-material. Caring, attention, affection, appreciation, and love are some of the most precious gifts you can give, and they won't cost you anything. When you meet someone, you can silently send them a blessing or a prayer. You can wish them happiness and joy. Pure potentiality tells us that we are a limitless source of energy. So as long as we stay connected to that source energy, we can give freely, knowing that it will be reciprocated, because life is constantly flowing. The third law is the law of karma, or cause and effect. Most people are familiar with the idea of karma, but may not understand its true meaning. Some people think of karma as what goes around comes around, which is not entirely true. On a very basic level, it means that the actions we take carry a corresponding consequence. Sometimes the consequences of our actions may not always be immediate or apparent. They might appear over time or in ways we didn't anticipate. But the important part, the part most people miss, is that the law of karma emphasizes that it is the underlying motives and intentions behind our actions that cause the related effect. As some of you may know, I have a karma tattoo, and the story behind it is kind of hilarious, but I'll save it for another day. It was my first tattoo, and I got it when I was about 16 years old. For the record, I still love it. I would not change anything about it. The meaning of karma has evolved so much for me since I first got my tattoo. Karma has become a guiding principle in my life. It is my daily reminder to act with integrity, even in challenging situations. Over the years, my karma tattoo has proven to be a source of wisdom and strength, and has acted as a moral compass. Instead of stooping to other people's level or giving in to the urge for revenge, my tattoo serves as a constant reminder to rise above negativity and embody the principles of kindness, forgiveness, and empathy. It reminds me of the interconnectedness of everything and the importance of cultivating positive energy in the world. It is a tangible reminder for my personal growth and resilience. Sometimes we think we don't have a choice of how we react, but that's not true. Many of the choices we make are made unconsciously. For example, if someone insults you, you can choose to be offended. Or you could accept that that's just their opinion and understand that their opinion doesn't change who you are at your core. Law number 4 is the law of least effort. Essentially, when you are balanced and in a state of alignment, your desires manifest effortlessly. This law encourages us to go with the flow rather than constantly swimming against the current. It's about finding the path of least resistance and allowing things to unfold naturally, rather than forcing outcomes through sheer effort and willpower. There is a natural sense of well-being that is always trying to guide you. We talked previously about how life itself wants to support you, but your unconscious negative thought loops may be keeping you stuck in a less than desirable situation. Hypothetically, if you could teach your mind to stop thinking, your life would automatically be guided towards a preferable outcome. It's the idea of accomplishing more by doing less. The law of least effort challenges us to accept each moment for what it is. Accept each moment as if you chose it to be that way. Trust that each moment is exactly as it should be, even if it hurts, even if it doesn't make sense right now. Get into the habit of acceptance. Then, learn to respond and take action from this place of acceptance. Work smarter rather than harder, and cultivate a mindset of acceptance, adaptability, and non-resistance. By practicing the law of least effort, we can conserve our energy, reduce our stress, and experience greater harmony and flow in our lives. But it's not about being passive or lazy. It's about being strategic and discerning in how we expend our energy and resources. It's about trusting in the intelligence of the universe to support us on our journey. The 5th law is based on the fact that energy and information exist everywhere in nature. It is the law of intention and desire. Based on the law of pure potentiality, we know that molecularly the whole universe is interconnected. But what sets us apart from, let's say, plants and animals is our consciousness, our imagination, our creativity, our thoughts, our feelings, and emotions. The law of intention and desire and the law of attraction are closely related principles and they operate in tandem to shape our experiences and realities. The law of intention and desire emphasizes the power of our thoughts, intentions, and desires in manifesting our goals. It suggests that when we have a clear intention and a strong desire for something, we set into motion a powerful energetic force that aligns our actions, thoughts, and circumstances with fulfilling that desire. Intention is the real power behind desire. If you learn to harness the power of intention, you can create anything you desire. Intent alone is very powerful because intent is desire without attachment to the outcome. But desire alone is very weak because desire is attention with the attachment. Which leads us to the sixth law, the law of detachment. This one can be tricky to master. The law of detachment says that in order to acquire anything in the physical universe, you have to release your attachment to it. You don't give up the intention, and you don't give up the desire. You give up your attachment to the result. My therapist refers to this as NATO, not attached to outcome. Attachment comes from a place of fear and insecurity. The goal is to develop a mindset of abundance and to trust the universe's infinite capacity to provide you your needs and desires. Our understanding of what is capable in life is limited to what we've observed or experienced. But by practicing detachment, we allow life to surprise us. We allow life to fulfill our desires beyond our wildest dreams. By practicing the law of detachment, we take a step into the unknown. And in the unknown, the possibilities are endless. You still have the intention of going in a certain direction, and you still have a goal. However, between point A and point B, there's an infinite amount of possibilities. The current version of yourself has a limited understanding of the world. As you step into the unknown, you grow and expand. As you grow and expand, you step into a higher version of yourself. This higher version will have different potential outcomes available than your lesser version had. I can relate the law of detachment to this podcast. While I hold on to the intention and desire to provide valuable content and facilitate personal growth, I've come to understand that the journey and evolution of the podcast might take unexpected turns. I know that the version of me who started the podcast had a limited understanding of its potential. Just as the higher version of myself holds different potential outcomes than the version of me who initially launched the podcast, I also recognize that my current perspective may be limited compared to what lies ahead. I trust in the unfolding of events and remain open to the possibilities that present themselves along the way. I know that by staying aligned with my intentions and desires, the podcast will serve its purpose in connecting people with their authentic selves and source energy, regardless of the form it may take or the direction it may go. So by releasing attachment to specific outcomes, I embrace the uncertainty as an opportunity for growth and expansion. And lastly, we have the seventh law, the law of Dharma. Dharma is a Sanskrit word that means purpose in life. There are three components to this law. The first is that each of us is here to discover our higher selves, our spiritual selves. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, not the other way around. Second, according to this law, you have a unique talent and a unique way of expressing it. There is something that you can do better than anyone else in the whole world. Often, when you're doing that thing, you lose track of time. And the third is your service to humanity. Ask yourself the question, how can I serve others? For every unique talent and unique expression of that talent, there are also unique needs. When these needs are matched with the creative expression of your talent, that is the spark that creates affluence. Expressing your talents to fulfill needs creates unlimited wealth and abundance. Ask yourself, if money was no concern, and you had all the time and money in the world, what would you do? And then ask yourself, how am I best suited to serve humanity? This is how you will discover your life's purpose. Through self-reflection, I realized how these 7 laws created my foundation of understanding. I'm so thankful to have come across such a profound book in my early 20s, and so grateful that so many of these practices have stuck with me. Today, I'm more in alignment than I've ever been before, and I can tell by how deeply these words resonate with me. The 7 spiritual laws of success are powerful principles that will enable you to attain self-mastery. If you put your attention on these laws and practice them, you will also see that your life becomes more joyful and abundant in every way. As always, I'm here to help you. Go ahead and hit subscribe or follow so you can stay up to date with all my future episodes. These 7 laws are connected, and no one explains it better than Deepak Chopra. So I end this off with part of the conclusion from the book. The law of pure potentiality is experienced through silence, through meditation, through non-judgment, through communion with nature, but it is activated by the law of giving. The principle here is to learn to give that which you seek. That's how you activate the law of pure potentiality. If you seek affluence, give affluence. If you seek money, give money. If you seek love, appreciation, and affection, then learn to give love, appreciation, and affection. Through your actions in the law of giving, you activate the law of karma. You create good karma, and good karma makes everything in life easy. You notice that you don't have to expend a lot of effort to fulfill your desires, which automatically leads to an understanding of the law of least effort. When everything is easy and effortless, and your desires keep getting fulfilled, you spontaneously begin to understand the law of intention and desire. Fulfilling your desires with effortless ease makes it easy for you to practice the law of detachment. Finally, as you begin to understand all of the above laws, you begin to focus on your true purpose in life, which leads you to the law of dharma. Through the use of this law, by expressing your unique talents and fulfilling the needs of your fellow humans, you begin to create whatever you want, whenever you want it. You become carefree and joyful, and your life becomes an expression of unbounded love. Together here, we're creating a community of beautiful souls ready to uplift each other, ready to experience all the joy that this life has to offer us. And don't forget, life is all about balance, baby.
Balance, baby.